You're on.
Hello, my name is Reed Redden, and I'm a sheep and goat specialist for Texas A&M AgriLife Extension. Here today to talk to you about a recent app that we've created for the iPhone. This application helps sheep and goat ranchers decide when's the best time to sell their lambs or kid goats to get the most value out of them. So generally people are weaning lambs and kids and then taking them straight to auction, or you might have a specific weight that you always sell your goats at. But often that may not be the best time for you to get the most value and to be most profitable for your sheep and goat operation. And so there's three different factors that this application puts into. The first one is at what weight are you going to get the most value out of them? So this graph is some data that the application uses. There's over 1.2 million sheep and goats in this data set, so it's very large, and it all comes from Producers Livestock Auction in San Angelo. And so these are weight categories across the x-axis here. This is the weight of those kid goats. Here's the price that was received per pound. And so if you look at the graph, automatically your eye is going to go to right here at 55 pounds. That's where they get the most dollars per pound for the goats. So if they were 35 pounds, we would only get $71 per head. At 45 pounds, it would be $95 per head. And at 55 pounds is $118 per head. So these dollar figures are based off of that 8-year average, but it's pretty predictable for each year, whatever the base value is, whether it's going to go up or down by weight category. So you'd think this may be the best time to sell them. But if we look out at 65 pounds, those goats have went up to $135 per head. And you would think you wouldn't want to sell out here, but at 75 pounds, these kids are bringing $144. So you're getting the most return here. It just depends on your cost of production, whether you want to sell them at 55 pounds, 75 pounds, or maybe even upwards of 85 pounds. It depends on your cost of production and what time of the year you're making this decision. Okay, so week to week there's market variability. There's market swings all the time, week to week. It's hard to predict. But month to month, there's general trends that hold true. And so the general trend is in the winter, we have the lowest volume of goats coming into the sale barn and the highest price. In the summer, we have the highest volume of goats and the lowest price. So if you're deciding whether or not to sell in April at that 55 pounds, this application is going to take into account the decline in the market during that period of time. Or if you're deciding whether to sell in October, it's going to take the incline into account as well to make this next prediction for you. Plus, everybody's different for cost to gain. Whether you've got feed in the pasture, or you're taking the goats to a feeding facility, or you're feeding them at your own place, that's going to be highly variable per operation, but we can help you with the app try to get to a point that's close to where your cost of production is. So, if we look at this application, and here is, we're going to start over here. Okay, here's your iPhone. Download the app. That's what the icon looks like. We click on this application. This should be the first screen that you're going to come to. So if we decide that we're marketing goats, we click on goats, and automatically it's going to pick the month. Right now it's July. It's not going to go back in the past and make you worry about what happened in the past, if you made the right decision or not. It's going to start today and then looking forward. If they're just now kidding and you're looking at 2 or 3 months ahead, you can do that. But let's just go to August. August is right around the corner. We expect those goats to be weighing around 45 pounds. If they were heavier at 50, we could select 50 as well. Once you've got the month and the pounds in, you just hit calculate. And now what this application is going to do is predict into the future. If it's in August and you wait till September, are those goats going to be more valuable or not? Right now this is only making a prediction of $6 more per goat if you waited that 1 month. If you waited 3 months, it's predicting a $23 increase in those goats if our cost of gain is $1 a pound. So for goats in a feedlot, that might be what they're going to cost, but if we were supplementing the goats on pasture at our own place, where half their feed's coming from the pasture and half's coming from what we're feeding, it calculates what your margin would be. Or if you have just great pastures right now, the goats are gaining great, we just leave them on their pasture. We may wean them, we may leave them with their moms. We can see what kind of value we could increase here. In this case, we're adding almost $50 per goat by waiting another 3 months before we market them. Within the app, it also has a price tool, a current price. So whatever pounds you pick, we picked 50 pounds as of July 17th. There were $2.16 a pound, or $108 per head. So this doesn't use the data set in there. It reaches out to USDA's AMS report for San Angelo. If you need help, you can click the About tab. The marginal revenue is kind of describing what the main components of the application do. Cost of gain, it helps you walk through some things to think about for cost of gain, so on and so forth. And then if you need help, you can always click on that, email us, or go to our website at sanangelo.tamu.edu, go to agriculture economics, and then there's some tutorials on how this application works. So I encourage you to download it, use it, comment on it if you like it. You can email us, you can comment on our social media accounts, or you can comment on the application itself. So go out, use it, tell us what you think.